And as you come back down to the surface, I want you to tell me the very first thing that you see below you when you reach the surface, or the very first impression that you have as you come down to the surface.
Rocks.
Are they near you or far away?
Just on the ground.
Is there anything else other than the rocks?
Just get the impression of rocks. Maybe darkness.
Okay. And are you there alone or with other people?
I don't know. Maybe alone.
Okay. And I'd like you to look down now at where your feet would be. And tell me what you see wearing on your feet. You can become aware of your body. And just get a sense, perhaps, if it's a male body or a female body.
I can't really tell.
Okay. Now, do you see anything on your feet?
I can't see feet or anything really.
Okay. Now, I'd like you to then look around yourself. Look at the rocks. And extend your view further beyond the rocks, or a little bit beyond where you're standing. And see if anything else comes into focus or comes to your attention and into your awareness. Do you notice anything else that's new?
Not really. Just like a dark blue light, maybe before the sun comes up.
So this is nighttime.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. And as you're there in the dark, I want you to become aware of the feeling as you're standing there or sitting there or just being there. How does it feel for you to be there around those rocks at night?
Feels desolate.
Now, do you know why you're there?
No.
And do you have now a better sense of your body? Do you feel if you're male or female?
Maybe male. It's just desolate, like gray rock.
Mm-hmm.
Desert, maybe, or just like empty old planet.
Do you feel that it's Earth or another planet?
Something else.
And are you aware of how far it is from the Earth?
The first impression I got was like moon rocks, or gray rocks, a big expanse.
Mm-hmm. And do you have a physical form? Are you in a body?
I don't sense it.
Use your awareness and become aware of why you're there and perhaps where you're coming from. Is this where you belong, or are you a traveler?
I don't feel like there's a home here.
Are you just passing through?
Feels like
Why did you stop there?
maybe I'm waiting.
You're waiting. So allow some time to move forward in whatever shape or form you perceive time. Let's move forward a little bit to the point where what you're waiting for is there. Become aware of the change in the scenery, maybe. And let me know if you see something different or become aware of something different. Has the light changed?
No.
Is anything new coming into your awareness?
I get the sense that buildings are soon to be made.
Where you're standing?
I can't tell.
Is that what you're waiting for?
Perhaps.
And what will be your part in that?
Facilitator.
So you will actually be overseeing some sort of structures being made? And what are these buildings or structures for?
Maybe like a colony, like a new place.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel about that task?
I'm okay with it.
Do you have any particular attachment to it, or you can...
No.
Okay. Now I wonder if you can now become a little bit more aware of your physical form and sense or see what you look like.
Yeah, I'm not sensing.
Okay. And in preparation for these structures to be built, what is happening now?
People are building?
So there are people already working there?
Yeah.
And what kind of structures are they?
Like round top, like some Russian buildings have.
Like dome
Dome.
tops? Okay. How many buildings are they building?
Like a small city.
And what are these buildings going to be used for?
They each have a purpose. Like a town has different buildings for different services.
Tell me more about the different services.
Maybe for food, care, to facilitate people.
In what way?
To provide like a new town for people in a new empty place.
Is there air that everybody can breathe?
I don't sense anyone, but I sense the building and the purpose.
So you don't actually see the people?
No.
And what is your particular job as a facilitator? What is it that you're involved in?
Overseeing, consulting.
Did you design this whole town?
Feeling that I did.
What is your specialization? What is your profession or talent?
Planner, architect.
What is the plan going forward? What's going to happen once this town is built?
People can thrive in an area where there was nothing. It feels like not Earth, but it could just be any expanse. Desolate.
And what is the plan for this town? How many people do you expect it will be able to accommodate?
10,000.
And what's the level of technology you're using? Is it technologically advanced?
I'm not feeling so.
So how are these buildings being built? Do you know the material?
The stone, maybe, or like cement.
Mm-hmm. So are you still not able to see or are you still not seeing people working around you?
Mm-mm.
And it is the people that are building it, not some sort of technology.
I don't know for sure, but I sense there's buildings to be built for people. I don't know if it's by the people.
And how do you feel about the progress that's being made? Are you satisfied with how it's proceeding so far?
That's agreeable.
Do you have to make any adjustments, changes? Okay. So let's move forward in time to the moment when the project is completed to your satisfaction. Just allow yourself to drift forward in time. On the count of 3, you'll be there. 1, 2, and 3. So what do you see around you?
Some buildings built.
Mm-hmm. Have the rocks been cleared away?
Yes. Still not sensing people.
Okay. Are there roads?
Yes.
And what kind of roads are they? Are they paved or is it just dirt?
Just dirt.
Is there any sort of transportation that you will have there?
Not sensing.
The structures where people will live, are they built like houses for each separate family, or are they more like communal buildings?
I think communal.
Okay. And so see yourself or notice yourself walking around inspecting the structures. Are you pleased with the result?
I don't have a clear view.
Just become aware of the things you need to know as you inspect the structures. How do you feel about completing this project?
No big satisfaction. It just needs to be done.
Was this project something that was assigned to you, or something that you wanted to assigned? Okay. And was there something else you could have done instead? Okay. So as you're looking at this town, notice how it looks when you're standing outside. Is it dark, light? Okay. So is it always looking the same? The same sort of dark?
It always seems dark, desolate.
Is there any artificial light that is created for people to see, or are you comfortable operating in the dark all the time?
There's not a light source. There's just a soft bluish light, like before dawn or before dusk.
Is it natural or artificial?
Natural.
Okay. So it's always there?
So far.
Okay. And so what I'd like you to do is to allow those images to fade away. On the count of 3, I want you to see yourself in front of a place where you live. Now it may not be there in that desolate place. It may be where your home is, wherever that may be. And so on the count of 3, you're going to move to that place where you live, where you usually stay. 1, beginning to move there. 2, getting closer. And 3. So tell me what you're experiencing.
Very large stone building.
Okay. Describe it a little bit more.
It's very empty, but big.
How many floors?
Maybe 1 or 2. It's open like a Roman building.
Mm-hmm.
Circular, spacious. It's open, stone,
Okay.
kind of plain. There might be a table or an altar.
Okay. And as you're standing in front of it, How do you feel about being there?
I'm pleased with having a good purpose.
And what is your purpose?
Communicator to beings and gods.
And I want you to look down at your feet and see what you're wearing on your feet.
Bone-toe shoes. Sandals.
And as you become aware of your body, does it feel like a male or female body?
Male.
Young or old?
Middle-aged.
About how old?
46.
Are you healthy or ill?
Healthy.
And become aware of what you're wearing on your body.
Like a robe.
What color is it?
Light gray.
Do you know what fabric it's made out of?
No. Flowing like a cotton.
Mm-hmm. And so as you're standing there in front of that building or house, I'd like you to go inside. And when you enter inside, look around and tell me what you see.
High walls. Like torches.
Are there rooms, halls?
Yes. It smells like I'm the only one here. It's very big. Hugely big.
And what do you see in the rooms?
It's very empty. Like a big table or altar. Walls are like bricks. Big square pieces of stone.
What color stone?
It's all light gray. Maybe yellowish.
Limestone.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. And what's the weather? Was it warm, hot, cold?
No blue sky, just gray, dark.
And as you're walking through this building, I'm going to count to 3. And what you might become aware of is like by magic, the space will begin to be populated by other beings that you may not have been aware of before, by other people. They will begin to materialize. And you may see them as they are there now in the present moment, or maybe as they were there before. 1, just allow the space to begin to shimmer and move. 2, bring forth the others that are around you. And 3, become aware of other people around you.
Yeah. People that have money, they're educated, like the best of every type of profession and person.
And they're all with you in that building.
Yeah, it's like they might be wearing robes or fancy clothes. It's like partly for socializing and like partying, and also for taking care of matters like government matters, business matters.
So are these the elites?
Yes.
That sort of run the government and the place? Okay. And how do you fit in? What is your place there?
I am recognized for being a person that helped facilitate the place, but not too important.
You're talking about facilitating this place where you are now, or the
Yes.
other place?
This big hall.
Okay. So is this is a public place then? For
Yes.
government matters?
Yes, it seems.
Okay. And do you live there? Do you have a place there that you live, or do you stay somewhere else?
I feel like I stay there or on the property.
Okay. And do you know or become aware of how others address you? Just the name?
Sir?
Okay. You may hear at some point a name that they use for you.
Maybe Richard. Richard, maybe?
Okay. And can you become aware or notice how the others are dressed?
Yeah.
What are they wearing?
Robes, dresses, like aristocratic.
Are they all white or light robes, or is there a color?
The white robes are white, but maybe women wear richer colors.
So there are women there as well in this place?
Mm-hmm.
How are women treated?
Nearly equal.
Yeah. Okay.
See people paired up, dancing, drinking, candles.
And I wonder if you can become aware now of the location of where you are. Maybe what do you call that place? Geographic location.
I keep thinking Rome.
Are you aware of the time period that you're in?
Maybe 1400.
Okay. And so what I'd like you to do now is to allow yourself to drift away and move to another location and see yourself having a meal where you would have a meal usually. And tell me what you see.
Like a chicken or turkey leg, like fancy big meal. A lot of ornamental plates, place settings, candles, candlelight, paintings on the wall.
Do you see people around you?
I think so.
Are you there by yourself?
I don't think so, because I could not have made all this food.
How big is the table?
Like a big family table.
Okay, so
But maybe bigger, like king, or like someone of importance.
So about how many people can the table sit?
Like 12 or 14.
Mm-hmm. And what shape is the table?
Oval.
Okay. Is somebody serving you? Or?
Yes.
Okay. How many people are serving you?
3 or 4.
And other than those chicken or turkey legs, is there anything else on the table?
Green vegetables.
Mm-hmm. And how do you eat it with? Do you eat it with utensils or your hands?
Silverware.
Okay. And so, are you now more aware of the people that are around you at the table?
Vaguely. It's like family and others from social circles from that main hall.
And so focus on your family. How are you related to those people that you're eating with?
The picture's not clear, but I feel like I have sons at the table. Maybe a wife.
Yeah, just allow that to come more into focus and just flow into your consciousness. So become aware of your wife and of your sons. Almost like turning the volume up on a radio. The dial, just turn it to the right, and as you do, the sound will become louder and clearer. The picture will come into focus. And just allow yourself to be drawn to the awareness or the picture of your wife, if she's there? Tell me about her.
I just see, like, I'm seeing a painting of her. She looks like a new painting. Pale skin, curly, light brown hair, like, I want to say Renaissance.
So are you actually seeing her next to you, or do you only look at the picture?
I think I'm looking at a picture of her.
And are you aware if she is still with you? Like, is she alive, or is she okay?
Either not with me or away from me. Maybe still alive.
What about your sons?
It's like same pale, dark brown hair, curly.
How old are they?
Young men. 12, 14.
And how do you feel about them?
Good. They're maybe will be brought up in this well-to-do society. I'm happy to teach them.
Now, what is your relationship like with your wife? Just get a sense of how you feel about her or being with her.
It's duty. Yeah, maybe politically.
So you don't have a close connection with her?
Thinking not.
So move away from that scene and that vision. And I want you to become aware of what it is that you do with most of your time. How do you spend your days?
Meetings, socializing.
And so you're kind of contributing to governing the community, the city. Okay. And are you respected?
Yes.
And how do you support the family? How is there money that you're paid, or do you have business?
Lord is the word that just came to me.
Mm-hmm. Do you own any property or land?
I feel yes.
Okay. So I'd like you, on the count of 3, to move to the next important day in that lifetime. 1, 2, moving closer, and 3, you're in the next significant day in that lifetime. Tell me what you see.
It seems far from the last scene. It's foggy.
Is it far in time or in space? Both.
By water. The ocean, maybe.
Okay. And what do you see around yourself?
Sensing water.
How do you feel about being near the water?
Uneasy.
You don't like water. Why are you there?
It's like the end of a travel or the beginning.
And are there others with you?
I feel like not.
Where was the trip to?
I want to see your it's like I want to think there's a ship, but it really just sense water around.
So do you see yourself or sense yourself moving away from the water or closer to it?
Maybe out into it.
What is the purpose of this trip?
Related to profession?
Okay. Has much time passed since the last time you saw yourself in that white big building?
Yes.
How many years?
10 or 20.
Okay. So you're in your maybe 50s or 60s now?
Yeah, maybe even 70.
Okay. And what is your position now?
I feel less important.
But yet you're traveling on business? Are you traveling for the state, for your government?
This feels right. Yes.
And what are you trying to accomplish?
It's like maybe to pass information, or get information.
So that seems important, though. Are you just a messenger or like an ambassador?
Yes.
Yes, the ambassador. For a state or government. So is this an important trip? Is this something that critical to your state?
I feel like it might have to do with health information.
So just allow the trip to take you to wherever you're going. Just move forward in time and see yourself at the final destination where you were heading, engaged in whatever business you needed to engage in, and tell me what you're experiencing as you're there.
I feel like this is a whole different place. Like the word tropical comes to mind.
Mm-hmm. And what is happening there?
It's like an exchange. I'm not there yet.
Exchange of things or information?
Information, medicine.
Are there other people coming from different places to exchange the information?
It seems like this is my trip to gain information from them, to work with them in some capacity, even just for trades of goods.
And who are you meeting with?
Like a chief, head of people.
And can you describe this chief?
Male, brown hair. I'm not wearing regular clothes. Like more barbaric.
And why did you go to that place to exchange information? What is it that they have that you need?
I feel like it's a fruit, or like a plant essence. Maybe medicine from a plant.
And you want to use that?
That's what I'm feeling.
And what would you use it for?
I'm getting that has to do with my wife. That she's sick, or this could help her, or cure what she had or has.
Mm-hmm. And is the chief willing to give you what you need?
I think so. Yes.
And what are you giving them in exchange?
I don't know. Maybe gold coins. As for me, it's wrapped in paper and tied. It's like a block of resin or boiled, like essential essence of a plant.
And is that all you needed?
That's the main purpose.
And now become aware of what you will be doing with it.
I'm going back.
Okay, so allow yourself to return back to your home. And see yourself now in your home with the package that you brought. And information, awareness, sensations will begin to flood your awareness and consciousness of what is happening with your wife and what you're doing with that plant essence that you brought back. Are you working on it on your own?
Oh, I gave it to people who know better. you can use it, do something with it.
And what are they turning it into?
Medicine, treatment. I don't feel like my wife's around at all.
Is the medicine for her?
I feel like it's for what she died from.
So she's gone now. And so as you receive the medicine, what do you do with it?
I give it to people who know how to research and use it.
And do they turn it into the medicine that's required?
I feel so, yes.
And then what happens?
It helps people.
Was it something that affected a lot of people, this
Yes.
disease? A lot of people died from it.
Yes.
So become aware of what that disease was.
Like a lung. I know the word tuberculosis, but I don't really know what that is.
Okay.
I'm happy that I fulfilled the purpose.
Okay. So you feel that you accomplished what you wanted to accomplish.
Yeah.
You seem to be deeper connected to your wife at this point. Did you develop a better relationship over the years?
When I recalled the portrait, she was already gone, I think.
Okay. So did you ever remarry, or you stayed by yourself?
I feel like this was the autumn of my life.
And so once that medicine is created and given to the people, do you feel that your life purpose is accomplished? So allow yourself on the count of 3 to move to the very last day of your life, just before you pass on. 1, 2, moving to the last day of your life, and 3. Tell me what you see.
Like a bed in my home.
Mm-hmm.
Dying.
And about how old are you?
80. Maybe more. Just surrounded by 3 people.
Who are these people?
Like a son, close lifetime friend.
Seems like you've lived a very long and full life. How do you feel about your life?
I'm ready to pass on. Accomplished. Made great strides and effort to make it right.
And so allow yourself, your spirit, to gently drift out of your body, and with just a gentle breath, lift out and begin to float above your body. And as you float above, you can look down at your body in bed and the people around your body. And your spirit will begin a healing and awakening process where it will begin to remember who you truly are. And you may be met by familiar beings on the other side. And if there's anybody there that's meeting you, just let me know.
I feel like I'm taking in guides, assuring me.
Now they will give you a chance to look back and review what's been happening. So look down back at your body and the people around you and see how they react to your passing.
I'm proud. It was a life well lived.
Of course. So I'd like you to just look back at your life that you have just lived. And from your soul perspective, from your now higher level of understanding, can you tell me what your purpose was for that life? Before you came into that life, what did you wish to accomplish or experience?
Helping people.
Mm-hmm.
doing great good.
And do you feel you have accomplished it? And was the main thing in the medicine that was created at the end, or?
It's both the medicine and helping the town or whatever civilization I was involved with.
Now, the civilization that you were building, was it that those domed buildings at the beginning among the rocks, or was it that public place that you were looking at later, or both?
It seems both. I don't know if they're two different times.
Mm-hmm. But you seem to be involved in a lot of community planning and building. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, good.
In the beginning, yeah. And then towards the end, it was more 2D government.
Okay. And I want you to become aware now of your wife that passed away. Is she there to greet you as well?
I think so.
And I want you to just connect with her and see if she has any message for you, or just any love to share with you.
I just see the same face from the portrait, but this time it is smiling and more colorful. It's just a smiling love. There's no words.
Of course. And I want you to become aware across time and space if that soul has been with you since, and if it is in your current life now as Michael.
I think so. I have a really strong emotion about it.
And who is she now?
Might be a man.
Mm-hmm. And as you reconnect with her, become aware of what experiences you choose to experience in future incarnations.
A life where she's with me for most of it.
Mm-hmm. Of course, because you didn't have enough time at that point.
Correct.
And have you been in other lives together?
Possibly.
Mm-hmm. Now what about your sons in that life?
I feel some closeness, like they could still be my sons here, but whoever they are, I'm just proud of those boys.
Okay, of course. So I want you now to allow the images, the emotions, the experiences to fade away, allowing the people that are left behind to go on their way, continue on their journey. And as you drift away and float forward to another
allow yourself
important
to drift
time
gently
and place for you to look at,
another
and
examine.
Important time for you
place.
to look at and examine, in particular related to your health. Simply allowing another
to come
into your view.
place.
And as you drift towards it, 5, you will see yourself. I'm going to count
completely different
to 5.
Another
On
time
and place.
cut
and examine.
And
As your breathing
relax.
continues to deepen, just drifting
Soften.
and floating and drifting and deeper, gently and deep forward. Deep 1, 2, 3, drifting
Through space
and floating and time to the next and place. 4, 5. Look around yourself and tell me what you see. You can also look down at your feet and tell me what you're seeing on your feet.
Leather shoes.
Mm-hmm. And do you have a sense of having a female body or a male body?
I feel like I'm a male and I'm already getting that I'm like a clock maker.
And now look up at your body and see what you're wearing.
Like more Renaissance. Green, velvety, button up.
And what do you see around you?
It's like a workshop.
What kind of things are there?
Candles, wooden benches, hammers.
And what do you make in there?
Clocks, maybe. I don't think watches, just clocks, maybe.
Are they simple or elaborate?
I wouldn't know, just like golden gears. Kind of elaborate.
So who are your customers? How high up are they?
Fairly high up, wealthy people who would pay money for it. A big, correctly working clock.
And are you well known?
As a clockmaker, yes.
So you have a good reputation.
Yes.
Okay. And approximately how old are you?
32.
32, okay. Are you healthy?
I don't know.
Is something bothering you right now? You're experiencing it?
I'm trying to clarify. I feel like I might have something.
Might not be well.
I get the feeling this is my trade. I live and work here. To provide, and I feel like I might be suffering. I don't know.
So become aware of your home. Are there other people that live with you?
It's like a building. Someone lives on top, someone lives on the side, someone lives on the left. It's like it's like a town, but multiple little buildings, like little shops together.
And do you have a family?
My body is buzzing with energy.
It doesn't sound like it's a good feeling. Become aware of what that is. Have you been diagnosed?
I'm just living with it, totally hiding it.
Why are you hiding it?
Myself from others. To keep pushing on.
Do you have a wife?
No, not a wife, not kids. Oh, the buzzing is so strong.
And just as you take the next breath, you're going to begin to feel so much lighter and more comfortable. The buzzing will subside. You will be aware of it, but it will not bother you physically or emotionally. With every breath, it will subside even more. That's right. You will feel completely comfortable, just observing, becoming aware of every important detail, but feeling completely comfortable physically. And so tell me what you do about this condition that you have. Do you go to a medic?
I feel like no one knows anything about this stuff yet. It's very archaic. And I know there's no good solution that doesn't involve opening my head.
Okay, and so you continue working while having this condition?
Yes.
Okay, so let's move in time to the next significant day in that lifetime. On the count of 3, just allow yourself to shift forward in time to the next significant day in this lifetime. You will feel very comfortable and deeply relaxed, just becoming aware of the information, observing it as on a picture or on a screen. 1, 2, and 3. You're there. What are you seeing?
I feel like it's ending.
Okay.
And I feel like I'm in my bed.
You're becoming sicker. Now describe the symptoms to me, please.
I had pain, had cancer, had holes, headaches.
Just take a breath, and all of the symptoms will float away. You will feel completely physically relaxed and comfortable, simply observing and being aware. Observing and being aware. That's right.
Bleeding in my bed.
Bleeding.
Probably from my ear, all over my pillow.
And is there anybody with you who's taking care of you? You're by yourself?
No, this was a choice. I feel like it was a choice to either from fear. This was a choice to not have a family. This is a choice to not share this health thing. I know there's no good way out of it.
And why did you choose to be by yourself?
I do not know. It's a hardship. A chosen hardship.
And you didn't want to impose on others?
Self-punishment, maybe. And yeah, maybe I want other people to have to do my shit. Because I know that is my ending.
Now, why do you feel that it was self-punishment? Did you feel that you deserved it?
I'm like one of those hard-headed people. Suffering under the illusion. Like old ideas of like Christian hardship.
Oh, I see. That you will be able to go to heaven if you suffer?
Maybe, but it's also about not other people suffering.
Okay. So you're going to take the next breath, and as you exhale, your spirit will gently, freely lift out of your body, and all the pain and suffering will dissipate, and you will feel very comfortable, very relaxed. And your spirit will simply be able to observe you from above, observe the body. And as it observes the body, you are becoming more aware of the circumstances of life, of the circumstances of death of this person. And you can now speak about it calmly and comfortably as your body relaxes, feels all the pain and discomfort lifted completely. And so become aware now and tell me, what was the disease that you died from?
Brain cancer, maybe. Brain tumor. Or brain holes.
And what was the purpose of that life? Before you came into it, what did you want to experience?
I don't think it's self-sufficiency. Self-sufficiency. I need my body to be relaxed. It's buzzing, intense.
Okay.
Toe to head.
Okay. And so as you take your next breath, just allow the tension and the buzzing to begin to flow out of your body through your fingertips and through your toes. I'm going to just touch your forehead, and as I touch it, all the tension will focus right here on this spot. As I take my finger through it, it takes it away like a string, like a streamer. Again, focus right here. And as I take it away, it just floats out and floats out. Your chest.
You do that to my chest.
Sure. As I put my finger here, you focus all that buzzing on it, and then I take it out, and it's gone. Let's do it again. Focus in your remaining tension, buzzing, current, and I take it through my hands, or we're going to clear away, take it away. Good. With every breath that you take, the comfort level will increase until you go into a very deep, relaxed state. Every single breath becomes deeper, more relaxed, more comfortable. Every single breath allows you to drop even deeper into a state of comfort and relaxation. Is the buzzing gone now?
It's less intense. It's acceptable.
Okay, very good. So I want you to look at it from the position of your soul as it looks back at the life it just reviewed. Do you feel that you have accomplished what you set out to accomplish in that lifetime in terms of self-sufficiency?
Yes, no. I could have made other choices on how to deal with my illness. I could have shared with others. I shared my love with others.
Mm-hmm.
But I love people, so I got satisfaction just from those I interacted with.
Mm-hmm. But it would have been okay for you to experience support and love from
people
others.
could have benefited from my love and care.
Mm-hmm. And so is that a lesson that you brought into this current life?
Maybe.
So I want you to take 3 more deep, slow, relaxing breaths. And with each breath, you're going to begin to drift further and further away from the scenes you have just witnessed. You're going to allow the people you have interacted with or observed to go on their way. You're going to allow all others to move on their way. And you're going to drift away from those life scenes. As I touch your forehead, I'm going to drift even deeper, letting go of all the pain, suffering, worries and concerns, and letting go, releasing all the buzzing and tension, bringing your energy level down to a comfortable, soft, gentle flow. And as I touch your chest once again, allowing all of that energy to subside, flow gently through your body and just releasing it. And becoming even more comfortable. And as you float away from those scenes, we're going to leave all the people that you have experienced to go on their way. And now I want all of the consciousness and personality of Michael to once again return to the body and fully integrate back into this body. And I would like to speak with Mike's higher consciousness. Do I have permission to speak to Michael's higher consciousness? I respect the power of the higher consciousness because I know that it takes care of Michael's body and does a very good job of it. I also know that the higher consciousness has the record of everything that has ever happened to Michael across the lifetimes. So I respect the power of the higher consciousness, and I always ask for permission to speak and ask questions. Do I have permission to ask the higher consciousness questions?
You do.
Now I know that you could have brought forth many different lifetimes for Michael to see today, but you chose to bring forward the life of a city planner in Rome or in some ancient world, and then a clockmaker. Why did you select those particular lifetimes, and which way are they relevant to Mike today?
The creator for the builder.
Being creative is important to him?
It's more than important. It's life, it's giving, it's a gift.
And what about the clockmaker?
It's the brain. To represent how one suffers inside alone.
So connect that, help him understand how that affects him today. What messages, lessons, and perhaps even health connections does it have for him today?
It's about connecting with every human and loving every human. No, without a need to be a friend, a wife, a husband, a coworker. It's about love, true love, beyond the bounds of a standard relationship, about what is felt.
And is that his life purpose this time around?
Yes, high sensitivity. I feel everyone.
So that's the reason he has high sensitivity, so he can connect?
It's overwhelming.
Right. Let's talk about that for a minute. It is important for him to connect with others, but he also wants to be able to function. So how can he handle, what can he do about the high sensitivity? What are the ways in which he can navigate it better?
It's like to turn down, proceed back into the more basic being, the more close level of awareness, body awareness, normal awareness.
And how can he do that?
Bringing himself slowly, intentionally, talking down, internalizing and let go of the thinking and words, and start feeling the feelings.
Can you clarify that a little bit more?
Just to reduce awareness so it's not overwhelming, would be to calm down the body by talking it down, sensing it down, like you have done to me.
Okay.
And just bringing myself down into a more closed, local body space.
Okay, so focusing more on the body.
Yes, getting out of my head and into my body feeling.
So grounding, more grounded?
Yeah, I feel like there's too much electricity in my body even now.
Okay. So let's focus, and I would like to bring higher consciousness on this and help you clear that out and ground that energy. So I want you to imagine, visualize or pretend that you're standing on the ground and you're like a tree planted in the ground. And there's energy running through you from the top of your head all the way to your feet. I want you to run that energy into the ground so that the earth absorbs it. And as it absorbs it, it transforms it. And as that energy runs into the ground, your body begins to soften. It begins to relax. It does not have to hold that energy anymore. That's right, just let it go into the ground. Feel grounded. Allow the earth to hold you. Earth is the mother that holds you, supports you. Allow the mother to be there for you. And as the energy runs into the ground, it brings you immediate, tangible relief. Just feeling more relaxed. The buzzing will subside as energy flows and is transformed by Gaia. Now on the scale of 1 to 10, what is your energy level right now?
It's a 7.
Okay. So just continue to channel it through your body all the way with every breath very easily. And as it flows into the ground, it's transformed. And let me know when it's brought down to a 6. Very good. And continue bringing it down, channel it into the ground, and let me know when you're down to 5. Feel the cool air on your body. Feel yourself grounded to the earth. And as you're standing on the ground, bring your attention to the center of your chest. And as your heart center opens, it allows the energy to flood through it and flow out through it. Your heart allows you to connect with others, but the energy doesn't have to remain there. It can flow through it freely and easily. Flow into the ground, bringing your energy down to a normal, manageable state. Let me know when you're at a 5 or lower.
Just getting better. 5.
Very good. And keep letting me know at each number when you reach it, because we're going to bring it down to a 1 or 0. So keep flowing it out while focusing on your heart center.
I feel stuck.
And it's okay. Just set the intention to let the energy flow. You can bring your attention now to your arms. And as the energy flows through your arms, it just dissipates through the fingertips and flows out into the air. And as your feet are standing on the ground, just imagine that they're standing on the ground. The energy flows through the soles of your feet straight into the ground.
That's working.
Good. And let me know when you bring it down to another number.
That's a 3.
Excellent. You're doing it. Now focus now on your stomach and just allow it to let go and loosen. The energy flows through it, but it does not have to stay there.
That's so tight.
That's right. Just loosen up the muscles. Just relax. The energy will find its way. Direct it. Tell it to move down, all the way down through your feet into the ground. Simply direct it. You don't have to force it. You don't have to even feel it move. Just simply let it know where it needs to go. And as it flows through your body, into your feet, and into the ground, you become lighter and lighter and more comfortable. And where is it now in the numbers?
2.
2.
It's my face, fingers, toes.
Right. So bring your attention to those areas. And as you bring your attention, the energy reacts and responds. Where you bring your attention, the energy will go. And so now move your attention down through your body, and the energy will flow in response to you. From the fingertips, it can flow right into the air. From your face, it can go down your body all the way into the ground. And as you bring your energy and you direct it, it responds, and your body feels much more comfortable. Excellent.
That's an acceptable amount of energy here.
Very good. Excellent job. And so let's come back. First of all, let's maintain this energy within your body. And so just maintain that sense. You don't have to focus on it anymore, but maintain that sense that you still remain grounded. Gaia will always ground you. So remain grounded with a very comfortable level of energy within your body.
It's calming my face.
Very good. And so let's go back to the life of a clockmaker. I'm wondering if the brain tumor or the brain cancer that he had has a connection to the health condition that Michael has today.
Yes.
Okay, so...
It's a residue.
Okay. And is that something that can be cleared, or is there something that he needs to understand from that? Or is it just a sort of an akashic residue, a physical residue?
I feel it's a residue.
Okay. And can you help him clear it away today? And again, I want to make sure I'm speaking to the higher self, Michael, so his conscious mind can take a seat in the back and relax. And as Michael's higher conscious mind comes forward, I want help in understanding how his health condition today with seizures can be cleared from that lifetime as a clockmaker.
Energy. It's all centered. It's in proportion.
Now, what he experienced just now in his body with the energy buzzing through, is that was connected also to the empathy that he experiences. But it seems like all of these are interconnected. Is that true?
Yeah.
Would you say that he needs to find how to balance the energy within his body, how to work with it better?
Like protecting it, reining it in.
Mm-hmm. Now, can you help him understand what the energy is, so that he can have a better perspective on what's happening to him?
It's like mind energy, creativity,
Now, when you talk about creativity, that makes me think of spirit, the creator. Is that the creator energy that's surging through him?
Yes, inspiration.
Mm-hmm. And so is that something to appreciate, or is that something to get rid of?
It's a gift,
mm-hmm.
but it needs to be tuned.
Yes. And can you help him understand now how he can tune it better?
By feeling like you can a tuning fork. The resonance of the right resonance for this right body.
Mm-hmm. And how would he do that? Can you demonstrate to him in his mind's eye now?
Just getting out of thinking into feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Grounding activities, not to let it build up into anxiety, angst.
Is meditation a good practice for him to?
It's one. There are others.
Okay. Does he know what the others are, or do you want to?
It's like a slowing down.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like he needs time to just be able to spend on himself, not just be out there in the world all the time.
Yes.
Okay. And if he does that, and he begins to feel for the energy and get a little bit more control and cooperation with it, will that help him with his health condition? Will that reduce it or eliminate it completely?
Yes.
Excellent. So does he need to continue taking the medications, for at least for now?
I think not.
Would that be safe for him?
With guidance.
Mm.
A professional.
He can eventually reduce it and stop it. Okay, excellent. And in terms of empathy, if he works with that balancing, the feeling and the balancing, would that then help him protect himself from the impact of the negative energies of others?
Yes. It will help support people who need love and attention and understand and protect from those who are not of a positive energy level.
Okay, very good.
I feel like I'm taking other people's pain.
Mm-hmm. And so right now, with every breath, let's send a healing light through his body, surrounding his body, permeating his body. And as it streams through, it's going to bring relaxation and relief and protection. And I want to ask about the relationships that he experienced, especially in that first life as a planner. Now, the experience that he had with his wife who died, and then he was able to find or he was able to facilitate the creation of a cure for other people. In what way has it imprinted itself on this lifetime? In what way did it affect his relationships, perhaps? Or his
Who wants
purpose?
to help everyone?
The work that he's doing now, does it matter what he does in terms of helping others? Work itself and profession, he's okay where he is?
He's fine.
Okay.
He's needed.
Mm-hmm. Good. So let's get back to his sons and his wife. So is there anything in particular that would be helpful for him to deepen and improve that relationship?
Patience. Feeling deeply without taking it on.
So again, just balancing the energy and working with the energy. Okay. And is there something that, any lessons that come from the lives that he experienced today for his relationship with his wife, other than patience?
Appreciation of time. Taking time to laugh and love.
Wonderful. Now I'd like to ask about his son, the 4-year-old son. Has he been in other lifetimes with him?
Yes.
And why did they choose to come together this time around? What was their soul agreement? What is the role that Michael can play in his son's life?
Work out and balance, like a reverse role, something that happened a long time ago.
So it's sort of a karmic experience together?
Yeah, flipped over.
Okay. Can you tell us more about what happened before?
Maybe like strictness. I feel like maybe he guided me.
And so what is the role that Michael has this time around? He's
guide him gently, not strictly.
And so his son will rely on him for guidance, for gentle guidance. Okay. Since there is some anger involved from his son, is that coming from the previous life experience?
Yes.
Is there anything in particular that can be done to help him release it?
Communication, recognition, body's sensation.
What do you mean by body sensation?
Body sensation tied to emotion and release of emotion by body.
So can you give an example of that?
Like you did to me.
Okay, so focusing on a body part.
Where the feeling is felt.
And directing it
Yeah.
out. Okay, good. So he could be taught maybe to meditate for a few minutes?
Yes.
And work with his body. Excellent. Thank you.
He's antsy. Lots of energy too.
Mm-hmm. So the last few questions really, again, come back to the energy. So Michael feels like he has too much energy in him. And it seems like the majority of things that he's experiencing today really have to do with that energy, with balancing it, making it his ally versus his enemy.
Yes.
And working and knowing how to
saddle it.
Mm-hmm. So is there anything else that you can help him understand in terms of how best to work with it, or what he can do with it once he gains better control over it?
Use as needed. Ration it out. Not give too much, not pour too much, not to be unaware and let it flow in all directions. To not mismanage it.
To be more of a master of his own energy supply.
Yes.
And is that going to help him increase maybe some abilities, like increase his intuition or his creativity?
The energy body. It's all part of it. Managing emotions and temperament, and to be open to other people and what they're saying.
So one particular phenomenon that Michael was interested in is, at some point he used to feel his breathing going through his hands.
It's felt now.
It's felt, you feel now?
Yes.
Okay. So help him understand that. Is that simply just energy again working through the body?
Yeah, like side effect phenomena. Symptom of energy body, symptom of too much energy, symptom of being sensitive to energy flow.
So I want him to be very clear, and if you can help him give some sort of message of wisdom about the energy and what it is.
He needs to be a conduit and not resistant.
Right. He used to attach a meaning to it, like a negative or positive. And I want him to understand it better. Because once he understands it, he will be able then to reframe his position on it and work with it better.
It's a symptom of the energy body, and it's not bad or good. It's about overabundance, mismanagement of energy flow, something to tune into and adjust, like self-diagnostic, self-care test.
And as he does that, the more he does it, the better he will get at it.
Yeah, more accustomed, more sensitive, more familiar.
Very good. And I have one more question. Can you give him any suggestions as he grounds himself more right now? Grounding, releasing, streaming the energy straight through the body into the ground.
I feel like I have to take more showers, more baths.
Okay. So the water will help. Excellent. Thank you.
More check-ins, daily check-ins, energy level adjustments to protect myself from this energy.
And that's really a level of mastery when a person can do daily adjustment depending on the need, isn't it? That's wonderful. Now, with being in nature, being on the ground and actually like going out barefoot onto the grass and just touching Gaia, would that help him ground?
Yes, it does now.
Mm-hmm. So before we do the body scan, let me ask about his financial security. Is there anything that he can do to increase his financial security for the family that's a concern of his, even though he enjoys what he does? Any advice?
No, it'll work out.
Okay. So that doesn't have to be part of his worries. Very good, thank you. I'm going to ask you to do one last thing for us today, starting at the top of Michael's head. Please conduct a body scan going all the way to the bottoms of his feet. If there's anything that needs attention that is out of alignment, it needs to be fixed, let us know.
And then the jaw, maybe teeth.
Is there something that you can do right now to adjust?
Something's happening now to it. It's like energy waves.
Through the jaw?
Yeah. Like soft pets.
Okay.
Rubbing.
Okay.
Waves. Rolling through it. Clearing. Like maybe infection. Potential infection.
Mm-hmm. It's being cleared.
Yes.
Okay, good.
The stomach is a source of held on tight anxiety.
Is there something that needs to be looked at medically?
No, it just needs to be unfolded, unpacked, and released energy-wise.
Mm-hmm. Are you doing that right now?
Yes.
Okay. And as you're releasing it, is it going into the ground?
Solar plex, belly button.
Okay. And you're helping him ground it?
It's just shifting.
Mm-hmm. So rebalancing?
Yes.
Good.
Strong energy in my legs. It's okay though.
And what's happening in your legs?
Up and down energy. It's passing, electrifying every cell. That might be like healing.
Mm-hmm. Now, is there anything else that needs attention or that energy in the legs, is it just a healing energy, or is there something that needs to be done?
It's a healing energy, I think.
Wonderful. It is a blessing to have that energy move through your body, isn't it?
Yes, now in my whole body.
And so as it moves through your whole body, it's healing.
Yeah, but I still feel this tightness in my stomach. It's like the place left.
Mm-hmm.
I want to allow it in.
So I'm going to put my hand on your stomach. As I put it, bring your attention there. And just allow the energy to begin to just circle out and just vent out into the air. Just bring your attention there and vent it out. And with every breath, you're going to begin to breathe looser, calmer, with your muscles relaxing, the energy beginning to dissipate, shift, balance, and bring about a very pleasant, warm, comfortable sensation that rolls all through your body. And let me know where you are with the body scan.
So belly button, chest, jaw, cheeks. It's very high energy. It's a lot of healing. It's all in my eyes and face. Still a tightness, but it's getting better.
Good.
I'm tuning that. What's happening?
Are you tuning to a higher vibration?
Yeah. It's like the right vibration.
Mm-hmm.
It's an incredible feeling.
Excellent. And I'd like you now to complete your body scan and let me know when that's done.
I feel like what is found, which is mind, chest, and belly. It's all flowing. The belly is the only place that's still.
And it's okay. Your higher consciousness can continue to adjust you, to bring balance to you. As you go through the day, the work will continue. And you don't have to even put too much attention into it. Simply set an intention that you're allowing this to take place. Is that feeling better?
Yes, a little bit less. It's just good.
Of course it is. And is the body scan complete now?
Yes.
Thank you. So I'm going to ask if there is any last message of wisdom that higher consciousness has for Michael to take with him as he goes about his life.
Be a gatekeeper to my energy. Don't lose it. Don't mismanage it. Don't let it get out of control. Manage the energy properly, efficiently, to the flow of my body as needed.
Anything else? Okay. Thank you. And now I'm going to ask the higher consciousness to recede to where it belongs. With much love and thanks for the help and information that it has been giving Michael today.